So what we're speaking on right now, you spent a lot of time how you approach leading the mental and emotional state of individuals, and now we're expanding it into the teams. And just yesterday, you posted an awesome Lake Travis video of the dudes. So that's what I love is team dynamics and how do coaches, leaders lead teams because it's a balance. If one person has a doubt or resentment or some form of like cancerous behavior, it's got potential to drag down. But the longer we are away from season, the more important it is to stress and teach so we can identify those behaviors. So
Yeah.
then come week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 playoffs, we're set. So now is it instinctual, your approach to leading groups, or do you have an intentionality to it to help understand, hey, I'm training you not for game 1, for game
Yeah.
11 come playoff time.
Yeah. It might have been instinctual, but I've had to do a lot of contemplation and analyzation difference between being a mentor and being a leader. Mentor, I'm more of a mentor. I prefer being a mentor where I can form an emotive bond. I can relate to people. I can counsel them. Being a leader is far different than being a mentor. You can be both. Those very different things.
Mm-hmm.
Being a leader, being a mentor, you want to form an attachment with somebody so they trust you and listen to what you have to say. Being a leader, you want to remain distant a little bit. It's not a bad thing if they dislike you a little bit. Because even if they're bitching together about you, they're doing something together,
Mm-hmm.
right? What you don't want is groups of them to be bitching about other groups of them. So that's a hard thing for leaders. Leaders don't like it when their team talks shit about them, you know? Let them. They're bonding.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to look out, are they talking shit about each other? You got to squash that.
Mm-hmm.
You punish them bullying and disrespecting each other, right? You let your assistant coaches punish them if they disrespect you, because by disrespecting you, then they're disrespecting the organization as a whole. This has nothing to do with you. You, as a leader, by definition, should be replaceable, right? You should not be invaluable to that team. That team cohesion and togetherness is what's invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a different perspective. It's you rise above, not like you're better than them, but you're detached. And then they trust you that you can see the vision and you can see the way. You're almost like their guiding light. And then you spread that light to the other captains. And now the captains can see the guiding light.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody ever questions the mission or the eventual success of that mission. You know before it happens that you're going to win. And that's what you have to instill. So you don't need to be as nice as a coach. You always treat your players or your employees, whoever it is, with respect.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't mean you disrespect them. You don't tease them. You don't mock them. You don't belittle them. But you don't have to be their buddy. You don't have to be super nice to them either, right? Because what you're looking for is that bonding amongst themselves. They don't need to bond to you. If you're a mentor, they do. If you're a leader, no, you're just a guy. You're the light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for, and I could go a different route with that, but that's the most important thing is you have to establish standards that everybody knows and lives up to. That's the expectation. Like, I don't like this 110% shit. It's like, hey, what's the standard? Am I meeting the standard? If you are, great. If you're not, that's an issue. We'll find somebody else that will.
Mm-hmm.
And then get them to uphold the standard themselves because it's a pride that they have in themselves and in that standard.
Mm-hmm.
You are part of the team, but that team is part of you. So everybody says it's not about you, it's about the team. No, it's about both because you have become part of the team. So if the team succeeds, you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I always look for kids when I say, hey, how'd the game go last week or the competition? I always look, do they say how they did or did they say how the team did?
Mm-hmm.
And then if they say how they did first, even though that's what I really care about is how they did. But if they say how they did first, I have to reframe that. I have to be like, well, did you win or lose? Oh, we lost, but I scored 6 goals. Should have scored 8 then, shouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
What could you have done different to help your team win other than just scoring goals? Why didn't other people score goals? How can you help other people score some goals?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can score 100 goals. If you lost, guess what? You lost. May as well have scored 0.
Mm-hmm.
And so getting them to reframe that, and then now we can work on whatever you need to do to help that team win.
Yeah. I like that. And then reframing and showing them how to respond. Now you're training them to step into leadership roles, whether they're a captain or not. So a
Yeah.
lot of the fears, the blockers of people stepping up into leaders, I don't know what to say. Or maybe the weight, the pressure of